Then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to run a actual calculation and a simulation for the equation. So it's very similar to what I did on the logistic regression, or excuse me, the linear regression model, where I had the tale of two students. So you've got all of their ACT scores are the same. Student B has an undecided major, is a male. They're both age 18. Student B is out of state versus in state. Legacy status, student B has legacy status versus student A not. Student A lives on campus, is employed by the school. Both are employed by the school. Student A used tutoring, student B did not. Student A attended supplemental instruction, and student B did not. And then neither are Greek affiliated. So then I've got a calculator here where I actually take the equation, and what it's doing is it's taking that beta value against this score. So you can actually see I'm calculating that. And what I'm doing is I'm adding it up plus the constant, and I'm adding that whole equation. So it shows you how that whole equation works. And then the actual math itself, you can see in the equation, is taking the exponent of this divided by 1 plus the exponent of this value and giving you the predicted probability that a student will be on probation conditioned on these inputs. So this is telling you a student with 22 ACT math, 20 English, 21 reading, all the way down the line. This is what that predicted probability is. You can see then that if I adjusted this to 24, I'm reducing my probability to 8.74%. Let's say I'm employed by the school and I use tutoring. Let's say I don't use tutoring and don't attend supplemental instruction. I just went to a 17% probability rate, which is about double. So that's pretty significant. So let's take student A, and the big difference between these two, as we saw in the equation, was supplemental instruction, male. So using supplemental instruction, male being a pretty significant factor, and undecided major. So all things are held constant in academic preparedness in terms of their ACT scores, but we have undecided major, male, and using supplemental instruction. So let's look at first student B. Drop that in. Our estimated probability of this student being on probation, 7.19. So all things largely up front before they start making decisions outside of being male and of age and whether you're from in-state. Some of those behaviors they're actually taking when they enroll in school, we're not quite seeing yet, but we're seeing the after impact and what the incentives we might have to actually put a student in those programs when we take student A. And we're showing now it's a 0.52% probability. So academic preparedness showing pretty significant, female age 18 in state. Using tutoring and supplemental instruction, you're basically saying that I have bulletproofed you in terms of your ability to keep off academic probation and perform. What does it look like if that person's a male? 1.4%. Not substantial. But let's say we go back to making that a female again and not attending supplemental instruction. Now I'm at 1.79%. So still pretty heavily far away. Let's say we're at 24, only 3%. So really you're seeing the impact largely running in the factor of the total equation itself rather than a single predictor. But that also largely has to do with the fact that we have class imbalance. The fact that our base rate is only about 14.5% says that our predictors are going to do a little better at predicting who isn't versus who is. So that's the way to look at the regression equation from a logistic regression equation model. Hope you enjoyed this. If you got value out of it, go ahead, hit subscribe, and look forward to putting out more videos for you.